Hi, this is Eric Lehman, and welcome to Morning is Broken, and I Don't Want to Fix It. Today is probably day three of um, an understanding that the morning part of Morning Has Broken is probably not indeed a real time part of the title right now. So most of the recordings seem to be happening recently at night, and I guess let's just check in with what that energy is like. It does definitely feels different than morning energy. Um, I feel more physically tired and yet more, oh gosh, just awake from the day. There's just a lot of richness that happens in any and every given day, and today was a really big day for contrast. Um, it's a really interesting time in my life. I'm here in LA with a bunch of fraternity brothers who have um, been such a huge part of my life for so long. Many of these folks have been my longest standing friendships. And what I'm amazed by is the fact that, each year that we get together, I think more of the story of our past sort of melts away, and whatever, I don't know, early childish or less mature animosities we may have had with one another, they seem to be melting along with it. So, on the same token, we dove into memory lane last night, and that was really cool to just see where everyone was at that time, 20 years ago, and who we've turned into since then. So it was really kind of interesting because I did a lot of checking in last night and into this morning, um, because I was really curious as to whether or not I still sort of fit. You know, um, I I've been I'm the first fraternity brother. I was the first of this group to be married, and I'm also the first of this group to not be married, following being married. So it's just really interesting how that has landed, and sort of the humble conversations that it's created, and I'm excited to explore a world of transparency, honesty, and humility, and that was very much available here. And I guess the only other question that I was sort of checking in with was, there's just a lot of stuff that I'm learning about what it means to travel and what it means to to miss people back home. And for a long time, I thought that I was so present focused, present minded, present hearted, that there was no room, in a way, to miss someone. To admit that I was, I had some energy kind of going in a direction that wasn't exactly fully present, in the moment that I was currently in. And I really checked in with that, and you know, it's just true. It's just true. I'm missing people back home, and it's a beautiful thing to feel that. It's a beautiful thing to feel that connected. And so instead of checking in and thinking that um, it wasn't in alignment with who I know myself to be, this morning I embraced it. I embraced the idea that if missing is what there is to do, then I'm also a person who's capable of doing it. And so yeah, it's just it's true. And I'm really at peace with that, and really excited in a way to start finding that place in my heart that misses people. And so instead of judging myself, I did a lot of things that were sort of judgmental, um, and I realized that I get to embrace that too, you know. Um, some of it was around this whole concept of football in general. I used to be a person who loved this game, and I still do. Um, and for some reason, I just learned, different information from like Dr. Daniel Amen about like the effects of a career of football and how they really destroy your brain. And for some reason, I kind of got lost in judgment, like saying, should I even be supporting a sport? Should I be excited about the games that are being played today, given all the damage that these folks might actually be doing to their brains, their physical brains? And during my morning meditation, like something really awesome showed up, which is just basically the understanding that, like, you know what, this is their path, and people do things all over the world that um, that don't treat their physical bodies in the best way. Um, and it's important for me to just be in that humility to know that if um, like the preservation of life is just one of the ways to live life. I mean, there are people I know who just try to extend the number of days they live on this planet just to count days. Um, so I guess what I mean by that is, like, the people who are playing football for a living, I just hope that they're passionate about it. I just hope that this is what they were born to do. And I get to now let go of the consequences of their actions, on their physical bodies, because spiritually, maybe that's all there is to do, is to let go, and to just allow all these different paths to be right for whoever is on that path. So yeah, I did a lot of letting go, and I felt lighter. I felt like I could dive into watching these football games, and yeah, I did. I saw an injury. Um, that was hard to watch, and one of the reasons it was hard to watch is that I sustained a similar injury in my life while I was skiing. So I saw someone get tackled, and I saw their knee buckle in the same way that mine did, a good number of years ago, and I realized that, like, if I were to not do anything, in my life,